What's up, guys? It's Eventon here. I wanted to make this video for you guys because over the last couple days I've had a ton of fun doing PvP, mostly tackling some very large ships. So over the last few days we've killed some battleships, we've killed some industrial command ships, and in this case, as you can see as I'm landing on grid, 2 Naglfars. And this is absolutely insane. So we actually had one of our guys scout out a C6 wormhole, which is the highest tier of wormholes you could do. They have the most difficult combat sites. This is where you can definitely earn the most ISK possible when it comes to wormhole content. It's very difficult to do these sites. As you can see, it basically requires capital ships in order to run these type of combat sites. And even the drifter right now that I'm locking onto takes a ton of damage and deals a ton of damage. This is something that our corporation alone could not handle, so big thanks to the people over in Hull Control. We do have some connections and people that are able to help us take down these big things, because with just our corporation alone, there's no way we could take on 2 Naglfars head on. So, and I'm a firm believer, as you can see here in the corner of the screen, and I'm going to show here a bit later. I'm a firm believer, and I think it's no surprise for anyone that's been playing EVE Online for a while now, that the Triglavian ships are very strong. When it comes to hitting big structure, or say big ships or structures or anything like that, and you're forced to use anything subcap, so basically battleship and below, Triglavian ships are the best one. In particular, in this case, we're using a lot of Drekavacs. We wanted to save hulls, so we didn't want to use Leshaks or anything like that, it seems. But yeah, these sites are very difficult. We're dropping a ton of bubbles because we want to make sure that these Naglfars aren't going anywhere, as well as if there is some sort of response fleet, or if there's someone that is going to show up to try and counteract us, they're going to get caught in the bubbles, so we actually have a chance to fight back as well. So looking at this, I'm in a Kikimora. I kind of wish I brought a bigger ship. I just didn't have an armor ship that was like just available in like the home hull where I'm at right now. So I'm just doing what I can. It's not so much about me doing damage or anything like that. I'm just trying to get some good visuals for you guys. And as you guys can see here, we're going to switch over to the Drekavacs in a bit. The amount of damage that they can pump out and just the amount of spooling they can do. The Triglavian ships are very strong, not just in wormhole combat, but just in general when it comes to PvP. Just the amount of spooling they can do is absolutely absurd. So as you can see, we're taking down the drifter, and these things, and the drifter does a ton of damage. And I actually took a quick peek at the loot after it was destroyed. Right here, you can see the explosion. I took a quick peek at the loot, and that thing had about 300 million ISK worth of blue loot inside. So you could definitely, running these C6 sites are very lucrative, but you need to have very high SP and skills in order to do them, and the corporation the means to do it and stuff. So at this point, this is actually where I end up dying. I was just so caught up with trying to get good visuals and, you know, taking screenshots and things like that, that I just got way too close to these smart bombs. I was just thoroughly distracted. I've dealt with smart bombs before on battleships, but never on like capital ships, and these things have pretty decent range. And I was just brain farting here. I was just in panic mode. I didn't know what to do. I didn't realize it was the smart bombs that were hitting me, so I was better off just going away. I was getting grappled here, so my speed was incredibly slow, and it actually ended up causing me to die here. And I was actually the only one to die in this site. At least that was friendly. So it's a bit embarrassing, but it's just one of those lessons you have to learn when it comes to PvPing, and also trying to balance being a content creator and trying to get good visuals and not get too caught up with the way things look, and just trying to focus on performing your duty. I mean, the visuals are going to be there eventually. So as you can see here, I'm getting potted. I'm going to be heading back to Jita here in a bit, but at the very end, I wanted to at least show you guys the worth of these Naglfars. I believe, even though it says that these were about 5.5 bill each, I think according to Z kill board, these were a little bit closer to 8 bill. You guys would have to check it out yourself. I only got on one of the kills, unfortunately, not the other, but I'll take it. All right, and at this point, I think I'm actually going to be switching back and forth between the in-game comms and what I'm saying. I'm trying to remember how all this kicked off, but long story short, I think we interacted with these guys a little bit earlier, and I landed on the Tempest. I ended up just bringing a Imperial Navy Slicer just because that's what I was flying at the time. I was doing something else, and we called that there was a Tempest rolling something. We had a guy tackle it, but he just couldn't keep grid, so he ended up actually jumping the hole, and now right now he's trying to communicate with us with other stuff that's going on. So I'm just holding point at this point. And I was told earlier that this guy probably has newts as well as a grappler, so I try to stay out of range of the grappler as well as the web or anything other shenanigans. But once I get locked, I get instantly neuted. And at this point, I'm just trying to get off grid so I can recharge my cap. And I managed to have just enough cap in order to activate warp in order to get off grid.
Is that not on a hole? You guys want me to boosh him? Oh, he's not at the hull. He's 11 off. I'm gonna try for the boosh. Should I go for the boosh? No.
Do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is a blast.
I think I missed.
Oh boy.
I don't have point on him right now. I need to grab point on him again. Point on him again.
I'm gonna go
Oh,
first.
he just.
In a cycle.
I think. No, I think he's in warp.
Jumped. He jumped.
He jumped.
How much
Where
boost
is
we
he
got?
jumping?
Can you guys follow?
I'm jumping. I'm jumping.
Please call. Okay. I got this stiletto tackled, by the way. So stiletto's primary.
Is the Tempest armor or shield? Copy.
Tempest is pointed. Somebody get the Talos pointed, please.
Somebody evaporate the stiletto, yeah?
Yep, lockout. Point on Talos.
Talos is pointed. He's a little ways off the hole. You might be able to take him. He's burning away from the hole, too. Yeah, let's go on this Talos. Ooh, how did I lose point? Is he AB fit?
I've got point on the Talos. Oh, Hecate and Gila.
We have
Oh,
a
that's
Hugin
bad news for me.
and a web.
All right, right here, I should have known better that the Hecate was just going to come straight for me at this point, but I wanted to like maintain point on the Talos, but still do damage to the Tempest. So I ended up trying to do both in between, and I ended up getting way too close to this Hecate. And so, as you'll see here in a little bit, it'll get the better part of me. But I should have just stuck with what the Imperial Navy Slicer is good at, which is just being very fast, keeping range, being able to fly very defensively, and still being able to do damage. So I ended up just basically playing in between both of those ships and getting way too close to Hecate, and I ended up dying for it. All right, this next one is the Orca gank, and I don't get too many kills of these too often. I think this is the first one I've gotten since joining the Corp, just because Orcas in wormhole space are just so few and far between. They're actually very rare to come by. And when it comes to nullsec, if we do want to try and gank one, usually the people that are piloting them are really on the nose and get more than enough intel ahead of time before we do it. But luckily, we found a wormhole that directly connected us to a system where a guy was apparently just sleeping on the job when it comes to flying his Orca. It was a little bit too late before he noticed. There was a bit of a skirmish that happened, but I'm going to leave the rest of this video unedited. I'm going to let my corp mates take it away. So I'll go ahead and let them do it. Hope you guys take care and you fly safe.
Was dead. Deeps on the Orca.
Looks like a couple frigs.
Executioner, Kiki, Corm, Loki. No, Loki's friendly at least.
User joined your channel.
Kiki's friendly too. Oh, no, they get another. No, it's Benoli.
Tertiary point one.
Did I count the number? What's after tertiary?
4. 40 ray, 4-door. 4-door.
I would suggest overheating on this guy. You're close to cracking him.
Yep.
Just don't burn anything out.
Stabber on D? And a caracal or so for a second? I think they're trying to form rather than fight.
That's fine. So overheat. Hopefully he doesn't have much hull.
He be cracking?
He's hull.
Decent amount of
He's
hull.
not hull.
Trying to shoot
Don't-
tobacco. What a
don't-
fool.
Don't burn anything out.
I like smoking Orca.
Poor Orca.
It's either a Zealot or a
Zealot,
Zealot. on
Zealot
scan.
descan, Zealot on
Yeah,
descan.
that's fine. Stay on the Orca.
Zealot is landing.
Tough
Cool.
decision.
I'm gonna tackle the Zealot.
Yeah, somebody tackle
Okay.
the Zealot, please. Stay on the Orca, though. DPS, stay on the Orca.
Yep.
On my way in a car.
Zealot web and point.
Okay, switch to the Zealot.
Hecate. Oh no, that's Jack.
Friendly.
Who's good warping?
See killboard.
Roger Dodger.
Let's
What the fuck?
feed
This
other shit.
guy's so buffer.
It's all good. It's all good. Just let them feed.
What was that explode? Oh, that was the Orca.
Yeah.
Oh,
Luke, the
bummer.
Orca.
Ah, damn it. I didn't make it.
Yep.
Boom, shellac, lack, boom.
Okay, hold grid, guys.
Okay,
Let's
kill
see if
for
there's
you.
something that we need to.
Scoot the loops.
Ooh, X-Core.
Exec.
Oh, Executor.
Okay. Shoot the wreck. Unless we really want to come back and try and
Point
loot this
exec.
guy.
Neutered to
Point
hell.
and web.
Updates on the exec. Sorry, if they're going to keep trickling in, it's good holding this field.
What did you kill?
Orca.
Okay.
Zealot,
Orca, Zealot, Executor, and a sec.
Who's kicking?
and a Cinnable.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the Cinnable.
Oh damn.
Captain Kool-Aid.
Yeah, repair heat while there's nothing on grid.
So all that's left in the Orca is a bunch of ore.
Pop the
Gotcha.
wreck.
Yeah, that's my. Yeah, I mean it's 60 million ore, but it's 34k M3. I don't think it's worth it. Let's
Yeah,
just fucking
fuck
kill
it.
it.
Stabber, stabber.
Ah, this is beautiful.
The wormhole is here well, guys.
Get point.
Who's warping?
Eventon is
Yeah,
working.
it's pointed. Man, he's dying quick.
Bing,
I didn't even get on him.
Bing.
God damn it.
Keep them coming.
Executioner on
This is
D.
pro PvP. Smack and slice around.
That was a 2 bill Orca, by the way. Good work, guys.
Nice.
Very nice.